weeks getting to throw for two passes. What's it meant to you to have them there for those moments?
Yeah, look, it's surreal having them here supporting me. I guess I love how they get the time to come out and the flexibility to come out away from home and their jobs and stuff to come support me. Like looking up and seeing them in the stands being like a moment like I'll never forget, especially getting to pass two passes. I guess it's just surreal.
Were these the only 2 weeks they were here? Are they going down to Reno this weekend, or how long are they planning to stay?
No, so they've only been here. Yeah, so they've been here. They got here just before Notre Dame game, and they've been here for those 2 home games. So, and they leave actually tomorrow. So this is my last day with them today. So,
got anything special planned with them tonight?
I don't know. They love Texas Roadhouse, so maybe something along those lines. But yeah.
How long's the flight and the travel from Australia?
So to Boise, it's like, from straight shot from LA to Brisbane, it's about 13 to 14 hours.
Mm-hmm.
But then you got to have the layover, have the stop in between. So and then it's another 2-hour flight from wherever you lay over. So it's round trip probably takes up like 18 to 20 hours. So it's a long time.
We were talking to Troy last week, and he said, with your Aussie rules football background, he didn't think you really ever passed the ball. What kind of has been your experience with passing, and is that kind of something new to your game?
I used to grow up throwing the football around in the front yard with my brothers and stuff, and my dad. So it wasn't new to me, but in game, never thought I could do it. But obviously, it worked out. So I got a bit lucky and got on the end of a couple. So
what were you seeing on? What have you seen on those 2 passes?
I guess just I don't even know. Like it's such a blur, but just making sure that I execute the play that my coaches have told me to do, and practicing them. And you see people running at you. You just got to kind of make a play and get rid of it. So I tried my best to do that.
How quickly does that play go from oh no to holy cow? Your dad was telling me the other day he's seen you hold 100 snaps. Or whatever. That's probably the only one he might have actually mishandled. So how quickly is it the range of emotion there?
Yeah, I seriously have no idea. I like looking back at it now. I look at the video and it's still a blur, and it's how did I do that? But I guess just making sure that you're ready for anything on the football field. As a punter, I've got one job, and that's to kick the ball. And I guess when stuff goes wrong, you've got to be ready to respond to that. So I think that's probably just a big thing in my head is making sure I'm ready for whatever comes at me.
What about nerves-wise then? That one's kind of impromptu, and then you get the call that you're going to fake it. How's that change things?
I feel like we practice that a lot of practice. So, going out there just to execute it, it looked exactly like it did in practice, the guys coming at you and throwing it over the top to wags and stuff. So, I wasn't nervous. I think I was just, I won't lie, but I was a little nervous. But I think looking at it in practice, it was the exact same look. So I guess it was just natural to do that.
What kind of freedom do you have when you're rolling like that if you think you can make it just to run?
I don't have any freedom to do that, but I'm not as quick as people think. But I feel maybe soon, but.
Okay, but if you think you can make it, you're still instructed to punt it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
What's your journey been like? Just getting into football and getting to Boise State. What kind of take me through that whole process?
Yeah, so I joined Pro Kick just out of high school. I was just looking for something new, I guess, and it was a long process, 2 years with Pro Kick and ins and outs and ups and downs. I lost it a little bit. I loved playing AFL, so I went back and played AFL for a little bit while I was in Pro Kick, which I probably shouldn't have done. But then I came back to Pro Kick and I gave it one last shot, and that's when Weber State recruited me. And then after my time at Weber, I kind of just got sick of the routine there, and I just wanted something a little bigger, more eyes looked on. And that's when I got in the portal, and I came on a visit here, the only place I visited, and it was the only place that I wanted to go. So
what caused you to leave Pro Kick originally, and what caused you to come back?
There was times when Pro Kick you'd get recruited and then all of a sudden they'd take someone else because you're not there yet or you don't suit their ability. And I mean, I got to that stage a couple of times and then it kind of messed with my mental side. So I wanted to go home and just be with my family and stuff. And then once I got home, I realized that it was a mistake and I was that close to getting there. And so I turned around to Dad and I said, look, I'm going back and I'm giving it one last shot. So yeah.
So
It's so non-traditional. Like, I don't know, there's guys here that play sports their entire life with the hope of making it to college, right?
Yeah.
And you pick up football super late.
Yeah.
It sounds like you committed to the point where you moved away from the family for a little bit,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So how do you just like go from not playing it to like all in all of a sudden?
I mean, I loved kicking a football and like watching the people around me do it and like having the likes of like Reese Dakin who just went to Iowa, like watching them like succeed. And then while I was in the program, like thinking of, wow, that'd be cool. I think that was probably the biggest like influence. So yeah.
Who'd you move away with, or who'd you move in with there for a while? And how far were you from your family, even in Australia?
Yeah, so I moved to Melbourne, and pretty much Ethan Craw, the TCU punter, and Chase Leon, the USF punter, we moved in together probably the start of 2023. And like I moved in with them for a little bit, and then I went and lived with my aunties and uncles just to like save some money because it was so hard with my schedule and stuff. So yeah.
You talked about getting more eyes. How would you describe playing here on the blue and especially with Bronco Nation?
Yeah, I mean, it's wild. Like my first game day against Eastern Washington, I remember running out and I was like, wow, this is my home crowd. Like it was insane. I just loved every minute of that game and like the stuff that goes on during the game and stuff. It's just like, it's crazy. Bronco Nation brings it every week. So
I know you said it was a blur, but did you get a chance to kind of soak in when you dropped the touchdown?
No, a little bit. I think the biggest soak in was when I went out to the field like after the game and saw my family, and it was like, wow, I threw a touchdown and they were all in the stands, and like my girlfriend was there and her family, and that was the first game they saw, and it was just like, yeah, it was just God sent that it could have happened on a better day.
So
When you're at Pro Kick,
Yeah.
what do they have you do? I mean, I'm guessing there's not
Yeah.
rushers coming at you, and
Yeah.
it was the first football game
Yeah.
you played in, the first one you played.
Yeah.
I mean, in college.
Well, they do a really good job at Pro Kick. So there's a lot of boys there. Like in Melbourne, I was training with probably 80 odd boys, and so we all have helmets, pads on, and pretty much they'll run us through every situation possible. So like they'll throw snaps along the ground, they'll wet the balls, they'll set up a 3-man shield in front of you like 7 yards away. They'll have like kids rushing at you, like throwing things at you. Like they have the jugs machine there, and that'll just be like firing away. So I mean, they do a really good job of like preparing us for it. And then in the classroom too, like they take us in and they'll be like, you've got to be mentally prepared for like stuff like if you get a bad coach, which lucky enough I haven't had a bad coach yet, but yeah, just things like that.
Did you have any relationship with James Ferguson Reynolds?
No,
Oh, no.
I never actually got to talk to him at all, and then we've talked a little bit, but not much.
So with Pro Kick, you know, we see a lot of the Australian punters go run out, so, you know, do a run and kick.
Yeah.
Which Americans aren't used to.
Yeah.
Is that, I guess, something you guys are being trained over there? Where's that coming from? Is it from Australian rules, I guess?
Yeah, so in Australian rules football, like we have the freedom to just run around, kick the ball, handball the ball, catch the ball. There's no set positions really. And I guess, yeah, we just learn the like natural way of kicking a ball like that. That's how we do it in our game.
So when it comes to scouting as well, I guess, are you having college scouts come out here? Are you just sending tape? I guess, how's that all?
Yeah, so pretty much like there'd be days in Pro Kick. So we'd go Monday through Friday and say on a Thursday, they'd like text some of us and be like, hey, get filmed today. So we'd go to a park with 3 other guys. One guy would be hand snapping it, and then one guy would be behind the phone, and you just go like 10 to 15 balls and like try and get the best of film as you can.
And then just, sorry, Shay, one more. You know, you said you wanted more eyes. I guess what is your end goal? Do you want to play in the league here? Are you trying to do something back in Australia? What are you thinking?
No, definitely like my biggest goal is the NFL. Like that's my dream, and obviously like I've got to start preparing for if that doesn't happen. So I guess like sticking with my goal, but then also having a backup plan.
I guess what is that backup plan?
At the moment, I'm trying to still sort it out, but I love real estate. I love all things like selling. Like I did selling at like sales at Weber, and like I really like and am enjoying that type of stuff. So yeah.
Moving to the NFL because of the rules with only 2 men going down,
Yeah.
the roll-out punt is probably not possible, right?
Yeah, well, I mean, it's probably not possible, but then I'm also good in the pocket too.
Mm-hmm.
Like, there's been times where they've showed pressure this year, the team's coming at me, and I've been able to just kind of get it off, and it still probably goes the same distance as when I roll out. It's more just the flexibility of getting to roll out, I think. So,
Just to set the timeline, Oscar.
yeah.
When is the first time that you tried to pursue American football? And then what was the first time you actually played in a real American football game?
Yeah, so at the end of 2021 was when I started pursuing college football. And then my first game was August 31st, 2024. So it was probably a good 2.5 years, probably like from when I saw an NFL ball and then started kicking, like in a game, kicked one.
What was the setting for that first game?
Washington Huskies at Alaskan Airlines Arena, I think it is. That was surreal. Like you'd have like all the fans barking, and like I remember running out, and it wasn't a punt, it was a field goal hold, and it was like the first drive of the game. We got down, and I remember like getting to put my hand on the ground for our place kicker, and like my hand wouldn't stay on the ground because the ground was shaking. Like that's how loud it was in there. So it was an unreal moment for sure.
You mentioned you entered the transfer portal wanting something to go somewhere bigger. You know, what was it? Obviously, Boise State had an opening at punter late in the recruiting process. What was it about Boise State that really drew you here?
So when I got here, I like instantly fell in love with the people, the place, like everywhere we went to eat. Like I just like you don't really get those nice towns where everyone's like super nice and like welcoming. The coaching staff here are great. The players, like it's just one big family, and that's probably the best feeling you can get as a player.
Does Pro Kick teach you to hold too, or not?
Yes, they do. Pro Kick do teach us to hold, yeah.
Not to be stereotypical, but like when we talked to James about it, when he first got here, same situation. First time he ever played an American football game, if he's kicking in a college football game. He also kind of said that he didn't know all the rules at the time.
Yeah.
Like how well versed are you in them? And I mean, you got to know some of them to pull off the touchdown passing.
Yeah, so I guess just knowing the rules within my position is probably my main focus. But then also, like, I remember last year especially, like in games they'd throw flags, and I'm like, what was that for? And then they'd like say, oh yeah, like it was a holding. Like, what do you mean holding? Like it wasn't. There was no holding there, you know. And then you look at it on the big screen and they're getting held. I'm like, oh, so that's what that flag's for. But yeah, no, it was hard, but now I feel like I've picked up on a lot of the things, and now I'm on the sideline pretending to throw a flag if something's going wrong. So, which is cool.